So I had to make some extra room on my desk today because this box is simply enormous. And in today's video, I'm looking at the SoundMagic P60BT ANC over-ear Bluetooth headset with active hybrid noise cancellation. What a mouthful. This is interesting because it's SoundMagic's first ever full-size Bluetooth headphone. Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? It's David here from Prime Audio Reviews. So the SoundMagic P60BT ANC, this is coming in at a price of around $189. So right away I see some interesting things. First of all, aptX HD, that will please many people. Look, what else do we have? Bluetooth 5.2. Good and comfortable active noise cancelling performance, CVC noise reduction, so for your calls, your microphones, full touch controls, that will be interesting. They are often hit or miss, we'll see how that goes. Silicone headband, solid construction, soft over ear pads, and they also can be wired, a wired gaming headset by plugging in the microphone boom cable. Interesting, let's get into it. So inside the box there is a secondary box, and we're going to see what's inside there now. Oh, so first of all, your user's manual, protective foam, soft foam pad. Oh wow, look at that. You do get a carrying case in there, and I guess that is why, part of the reason the box is so huge. Interesting stuff. It opens up like that, and oh yeah, it looks pretty nice. So obviously these don't fold as far as I'm aware, which is... Wait, what? Why'd you make such a big case when they're foldable? I don't understand. Anyway, let's leave them in there for a second and have a look in the little accessories pouch here. And we've got a USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable, splitter audio cable, audio splitter cable, and this must be the little boom mic, and I will definitely be testing that out later. Right, so first impressions, they look pretty decent. Yeah, it's pretty nice. That underside of the headband is silicone, just like it says on the box. So they do, the ear cups swivel about 90 or a bit more than 90 degrees. The headphones are foldable, so potentially portable. The ear pads feel quite plush. It looks like memory foam in there. And here are our controls. Well, there's probably the power button there, and all the other controls are swipe on the sides, swipe controls. That's going to be interesting. And here I see an, what is it called? NFC. And yeah, that's about as much as I can say now without trying. So I'm going to go do that. I'll be back later on to tell you how these perform. Right, so I've done some testing with the P60BT here, and I've got a few things to say about them. First of all, I find these to be really comfortable. They're really great. The silicone headband works very well. I don't feel any pressure build up on the top of my head even after sort of fairly extended times. The ear pads are nice and plush and soft, no problems there, and there's also plenty of space inside for my fairly large ears in there. Although my ears did get a bit hot from time to time, but that's basically pretty much any closed back headphone that will happen, so nothing out of the ordinary there. The touch controls work surprisingly well. They are very responsive, and unlike a lot of this sort of system, I didn't experience any misclicks at all. It's very responsive, and it just does what it's meant to do. So you double tap to play and pause or answer and close calls. Swipe up like that to increase volume, swipe down, etc. And it works really, really well. The only thing is, every time you do use a swipe control, you get this annoying audio prompt, and it's just some kind of silly sound that's quite annoying. I do like having some sort of audio feedback just to know that it registered your touch, but it should just be a single monotone or something, not this little doot or whatever. I don't even remember how it goes, but it's quite annoying. I wish they'd address that. But apart from that, the functionality works very well. Now, in terms of the microphone, the built-in microphone over Bluetooth, frankly, it is dreadful. It sounds so bad. Sounds so bad, in fact, that I'm not even going to show you how bad it sounds. So if you use your headphones a lot for calls, then you probably want to consider alternatives. However, if you rarely make calls on your phone while you're using your headphones, then it's nothing that you need to worry about. And in the case that you do need to use them to make a call, then you'll be fine. But it's just know that the quality of the built-in mic is not very good. Now, in terms of, where is it? The boom mic here, this actually works really well. It's on this little memory wire thing, so you can position it right next to your mouth. And for some reason, when I plugged it into my PC mic in, it was only recording in mono. It was only recording the left channel. So again, I won't give you an example, but I did test the microphone in game, and it was working perfectly, and it is very, very clear. So the boom mic is actually really good. The quality of the voice is great. So if you're looking for a gaming headset for your computer and you want the additional benefit of having some Bluetooth headphones, then this would be a good option for you. As for the ANC, or active noise cancellation, it works quite well. I'd say it's about on par with other Bluetooth headphones in this price range, things like the Clear Enduro, for example. And it's pretty effective at cutting out sort of low-pitched droning sounds for like air conditioners, for example, or engine noise. So it would be good on flights and things. For the ambient mode, that is not so good, and frankly I'm not surprised considering how poorly the built-in microphones performed for voice calls. The ambient mode it just doesn't sound very good, and it doesn't really let in a whole lot of external noise, so give that a bit of a skip. Next up, we've got battery life, and the battery life is solid. It's good. So with the ANC on, you're looking at about 45 hours of playback time, continuous playback time. With the ANC off, you're getting up to 50 hours, and that is pretty darn good on a single charge. So that covers pretty much everything except for the sound, which I'll get into now, and they do actually sound quite nice. Unlike a lot of Bluetooth headphones, especially Bluetooth headphones of the past, the P60BT ANC doesn't have a huge boomy bass at all. It does have a nice full bass response, but it's not over the top, and it's not boomy. Like if you're an audiophile, you probably would call it boomy, but personally I think for the average person who's going to buy these or consider buying these, the bass is really nice, full-bodied, punchy, but not excessive, and that's a good thing. The mid-range is slightly recessed, so this has a V-shaped sound signature. So vocals and mid-range instruments are just slightly pulled back, but it's nothing extreme. There's still plenty of clarity, still plenty of presence for vocals and things like that. But if you're looking for a mid-forward sound specifically, again, look for alternatives, but for the most part, I think people will like the sound signature of this headphone. Oh, by the way, unfortunately, as far as I can tell, there is no mobile app for these headphones, so you don't get other features like EQ or preset sound profiles. That's just not a thing. But I haven't talked about the treble yet, and the treble is, it's your basic typical Bluetooth headphone treble. It is fairly lively, but it's certainly not upfront. It's not bright, and it's not sharp or high. It is there. It does provide some pretty good detail, nothing over the top. But overall, the treble is pretty smooth and it shouldn't cause any problems, even for treble sensitive people. So yeah, pretty good sound overall. I'm quite impressed. Great battery life, pretty good ANC, terrible built-in microphone, good good comfort. You know what I'm trying to say, don't you? Foldable, pretty good build quality, and the swipe controls actually work really well. And the connectivity, by the way, the 5.2 Bluetooth, excellent. Had no troubles whatsoever hooking it up to my iPhone. Keep in mind, if you're an iPhone user, you can only use AAC Bluetooth codec. You don't get access to aptX. But for aptX testing, I use my trusty old Sony Walkman here, which does that. And yeah, the sound quality is slightly better on aptX HD, but really AAC still sounds pretty great. So what do I think overall about the SoundMagic P60BT ANC? Well, mixed feelings really. The build quality is excellent. I would expect this type of build from a $189 headphone. It's not creaky or squeaky, and it feels nice and sturdy. It folds as well, so it's easy for transportation. Comes with a carrying case, which is nice. The sound is good. ANC, like I've covered all this stuff already, but overall, I think these are a pretty decent headphone, especially for battery life. That's really good. And I have no trouble recommending these to anyone except for people who want to make a lot of calls on their headphones. So with that said, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, Parfam audiophile style. And if you're new here and you want to see more audio content in the future, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you later.